Hey, I'm Brett Friedman, owner and creator of Vanity Mark Cosmetics and an LA-based makeup artist. So thank you for getting Vanity Mark products, and as a special bonus, you get to spend the day with me and Lee. Say hi, Lee.
Hey.
And we're going to show you how to get perfect polished brows. But you'll see in the close-ups, she was a big old mess. But anyway, you got your stuff. I'm going to show you step by step how to get perfect, good, nice female brows. So come on. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do in making perfect brows is tweeze. So you notice the first thing I grab is this double-sided brush. There's a spoolie on one side and an angle brush on the other. And I designed it so it'd be easier in your purse, if you're grabbing, it's not two different brushes. I like everything to be simple. So what you're gonna do first is just brush out the brows, brush them up and out. And what this does is it gets you to assess and gets you to sort of like visualize like what hairs are there and what's going on, which direction they're growing. This way they'll all be even. So brush up and brush out. So now we're ready to tweeze. Grab your tweezers. Now again, I designed something double-sided. So one side's slanted, the other's pointed. These are for the easy grabs, the slanted side. The pointed side is for like the just growing in nubs. Now if you're using the slanted side, make sure you keep this little cap. These are really sharp. They're like a weapon. So if you're using the slanted side, you don't want these sharp little ends. So keep that cap. So with Lee, she's got great brows, but in the center, nobody needs the brows in there. So take them out. So after the center, you're gonna move above the brow. Now what you wanna take out here is just any hairs that look out of the realm. Maybe they're growing downward, they're not super dark, or they are super dark, or they're just out of the realm. You wanna take those off and just clean off. Don't worry about making a precision in a straight line. Just take out the strays. A lot of women get kind of a little cobwebby effect up into their temple. You just wanna clean that area out. Don't worry about sculpting. Just clean, you're just cleaning. Okay, so now we're gonna move into the arch. And women are so curious about the arch, and the arch is really important, but one of the biggest brow abuse things is women really notching in there and just making this little, I call it a tadpole brow, or like a Nike swoosh, where they leave it really full here and then like a string for a tail. You wanna just graduate. What you wanna do is just, see on Lee here, I'm just taking out stuff. Look at these hairs that are low. You don't want those hairs. So those are pretty easy. Don't worry about making this really hard shape. You just want to clean it up. This area here, above the inner part of the eye, that's where you show a lot of tension. If it's really heavy there, that's where you can look stern. So with Lee, I'm just taking out a row, just to kind of give a little lift, and that will help graduate into the arch. So just take a couple hairs out there. So now we're going to talk about pencils. So with Lee, I'm using a Blondie, and why I chose Blondie for Lee is, and this is a good rule of thumb for you, use a pencil or powder, any fill-in, that's a shade lighter than the hairs. That way you have a shadow of definition. It's not like a hard, waxy line. You just want a little bit of definition. You don't want something that's gonna compete with the actual hairs and look like a dark, waxy fill-in. So grab your pencil. Now we're gonna fill in and define. And what you wanna do is, just go where you need it. Most women kind of need it in the tail. You wanna fill it up and out. So now we're gonna move on to powder. So you're gonna use the little angle brush on this. So a lot of women say, is it pencil, is it powder, which is better for me? It's really specifically your taste. Both will give you the same finish and the same results. It's what you feel comfortable working with. A lot of women like the precision of a pencil, and other women like the softness of a powder. So what we're gonna do is, again, on Lee, I'm using a Blondie, which is a shade lighter than her hair. And that's really, really important because you want to have a shadow of definition, not a hard line that's gonna compete with the darkness of the hairs. So we're brushing a little powder, she needs a little hug just above and out. And again, the hairs in the arch are gonna be the bottom. We're going above and out to open and lift her eye. Now, a little bonus is you can use this powder wet. Just put a little bit of moisture on the tip, dip it in the powder, and then work with it wet. This will actually last a little longer, and like I said, it'll be very dramatic. So the final step in the perfect Vanity Mark brow is the brow glaze. Now, I formulated this to be the strongest glaze on the planet. On set all the time, I need the brows to stay in place and not move. If I'm sending an actress or a model down the red carpet, they've got to look precision and perfect all the way. And that's what brow glaze does. This will dry really shiny and it'll stay all day. And there we go. Brand new brows. You want to check it out?
Yeah. They look great.
Better, right?
Oh yeah, a lot better.
Yeah, it's just a little cleaner. You know, you don't have to go crazy and you don't have to overdraw or over tweeze or anything. You just want to groom them a little bit. So Lee was already gorgeous, but now she just has a little more polish. So now you have all the fun stuff from Vanity Mark, and dive in and use it, and hopefully my tips will guide you. So now if people ask you, are you a Vanity Mark gal? You can say yes. Thanks, Lee.
No problem, thank you.